Hello and welcome to Yoga 413. I'm Tauni and I'm going to be leading you in a slow flow yoga practice today. I hope you enjoy the class, and if you do, please share it with a friend. Let's get started. Beginning on our backs with knees bent and arms just resting at your sides. May your practice be a blessing to you both physically and emotionally. And I always invite you to set a personal intention for your practice today as you begin to connect with your breath, inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Let's extend that left leg out and pulling the right knee into the chest and start to just circle the ankle, one direction and then the other. Now just hold that knee, maybe pull it a little bit closer, and that left leg is nice and active, toes pointing up, and just guide that knee side to side. Now we're going to take our hands behind the thigh, lifting that leg up, pull the knee down as you press the leg actively into your hands. So you're just going to start to notice a stretch in the hamstring in the back of that leg. And then let's start to walk the hands up to the calf or the ankle, drawing the shoulders up off your mat, straightening that leg. And then exhale and release, taking that right leg out to the mat, pulling the left knee into the chest, and just begin to circle that ankle. Switching directions. And taking the hands behind the thigh, lifting the foot, pull that knee down as you press the leg into the hands. Beginning to walk the hands up, drawing those shoulders up. As you exhale, let's draw both knees into the chest and just start to gently rock side to side. Go ahead and come over onto one side, and we're going to come up and work our way into child's pose. Extending your arms forward, spreading the fingers wide as you drop the hips back. On that next inhale, rise up, round the spine like cat pose, then find a flat back and slowly lower all the way to the mat with the elbows drawing in. Peel that chest up for cobra, keeping the elbows gently bent. Releasing down and pressing back to extended child's pose. So we're going to go through that nice and slow again. So as you inhale, round the spine like a wave, coming into supported plank and slowly lower down to the mat. Inhale, open your chest for cobra. Exhale, lift up and back, extended child's pose. One more time through, inhale, pulling the belly in, rounding the back. Finding a neutral spine, lower it down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, child's. Begin to come forward, tuck the toes, lifting up into downward facing dog. Alternating, bending your knees. And then just holding in downward facing dog, feeling your heels reach towards the mat. They may never touch, don't worry about that. Just gazing through the feet or through the knees. Arms are strong, fingers spread wide. And always remember, you want to relieve some pressure from your wrists, so you want to be sure you're putting weight into your fingers. Let's begin to look forward and step the feet to the top of your mat. We're going to deeply bend the knees, cradle the elbows into the palms for ragdoll. Deep breaths. Our first forward fold. Begin to gently sway, just side to side, gently twisting. And then just once again, find stillness. Releasing the hands down towards the mat, we're going to lift up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, always pulling the belly muscles in. Once you're up, just drop those shoulders down the back for Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach both arms up over your head. We're going to take our right arm down to our sides and just stretch through the left side of the body. Let's reach both arms up again, lengthen that spine, and come into that side body stretch on the other side. Reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, gaze forward for a half lift. Hands come to the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, press to the feet with a flat back, arms up, bringing the hands to the heart center. Begin again, inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward, half lift for Ardha Uttasana is what this is called. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up one more time, reaching hands to heart. So just connecting breath and movement. Inhale, reach. Swan dive and fold. Inhale, half lift, shoulders pull back and fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, bringing the hands to the heart. We're going to keep our right foot right where it is as we step that left foot back for warrior one. Keeping your hips square. You can always widen your stance if you need to. Drawing those low ribs in. Beginning to straighten that forward leg. Come down for pyramid pose. Reaching the crown of the head down towards that foot. Trying to level your hips. Trying to straighten both legs, but if you need to keep just a small bend in that forward leg, please do so. Now we're going to lift up into airplane pose. Just draw your torso up halfway. Again, eyes are forward, just lengthen that spine. Now bend that right knee as you shift your weight forward. We're going to lift the back leg up for warrior three. So flex that lifted foot, point those toes down, level the hips. Now bring your feet down and together, bend your knees, sit back into chair pose. Opening your chest. Once again, keep those that right foot right where it is, toes forward, step back, this time for warrior two. So opening to the side, gazing down that right arm. Be sure your shoulders are stacked right over your hips. Start to lean forward. We're going to come into extended angle, bending that elbow above the thigh. Extend that arm up over the head. Coming back to warrior two. Take that right palm up to face the sky and then reach back for reverse warrior. Again, gazing up if it's comfortable for your neck. Maintaining that nice steady breath. Start to rise back to warrior two and then circle the arms all the way to the mat, lifting that back heel and stepping back for plank pose. Taking the knees to the mat if needed. Just be sure that that back is nice and straight, shoulders over wrist. Let's lift the hips up for downward facing dog. So once again, we're just going to connect breath and movement. So as you inhale, just come forward to that plank. And then as you exhale, lift your hips up and back for down dog. Again, inhaling forward. Exhale, down dog. One more time, inhale forward. Exhale, down dog. Stepping the feet forward to your hands. Lengthen the spine for your half lift. Shoulders pull back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, arms up over your head. Hands to the heart center. Keeping that left foot where it is, just step that right foot back, warrior one. So front knee is bent, that back leg, that foot's usually around 45 degrees or so. Pulling those low ribs in. Let's straighten that forward leg. Fold forward for pyramid pose. Again, if your heel is coming up, you might want to, I call it a little bunny hop in. Keeping those hips nice and level, reaching through the crown of the head down. Lift it up for airplane. Just float those arms up. Shoulders down. Bending that left leg as you lift the right up for warrior three. Really press through that back heel, trying to make a T shape with the body. Carefully bringing your feet together at the top of your mat. Sit those hips back for chair pose. Back is straight. Begin to step that right foot back as you open to the side for warrior two. Take your time finding your pose. Front knee bent, back leg straight. Beginning to reach forward, we're going to come into extended angle, bending that elbow right onto that thigh. Reach that right arm over your head, palm facing down. Really try to straighten that arm. And if you gaze up, you should be looking up to the sky. If not, pull that right arm back to open up your shoulder and your chest. Coming back to warrior two. Taking that left palm up to the sky, reach back, reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Taking the arms down to the mat. Stepping back for plank pose. Holding in our plank. Feeling strong. And then lift the hips up and back. Press the chest back towards the thighs for down dog. Let's match breath and movement again. So as you inhale, just come forward to that plank. Shoulders over wrist. Exhale, lift back up. Again, inhaling. And exhale. Last time, just inhale, come forward. And exhale, hold downward facing dog. Stepping your feet to the top of your mat. Lengthen the spine. And fold forward, relax. Inhale, rise up to stand. Bringing the hands to the heart. We're going to step back wide onto your mat. We're going to come into standing straddle. So toes turned forward in line with the heels. Reach those arms up and come forward into your straddle. Reaching the arms for the outsides of the feet, gently guiding yourself into a deeper stretch. Beginning to take the hands right underneath you, come up onto the fingertips, flat back. Begin to take your right arm up, keeping your hips level. So we're just going to do a twist here. And if this is too much, you can always just take the hand up to the hip. Careful not to hold your breath. Let's exhale, bring the hand down and repeat on the other side. So move slowly and carefully, maybe taking the hand to the hip first, and then go ahead and reaching up. Bringing the hands down, start to walk the hands to the top of your mat. Stepping back to downward facing dog. Let's drop the knees to the mat. Find your tabletop. With your knees right underneath those hips, let's extend that right arm forward and left leg back. Bird dog pose. Let's bring it down and we're going to switch sides. Left arm and right leg. Back nice and straight. Coming back to all fours. Good. Let's go ahead and have a seat on your mat. We're going to take that left leg out, bring that right knee in and out to the side, cradle the baby. We're just going to gently move that leg side to side, loosening up the hip. Sit up nice and tall. And now we're going to go into a seated pigeon. So you're going to place that ankle right above that knee, and then just bend that left leg like you're sandwiching yourself together, coming into that stretch for that right hip. So you're trying to keep that knee out to the side, the foot is flexed. I use my hands for support. Just long, slow, deep breaths, getting into that nice hip stretch. Now we're going to go ahead and release by extending that left leg out. Cross that right leg over the left. Take that left arm up. We're going to go into a seated twist, so sit up nice and tall. You can either just wrap your arm around the leg as you turn over and look over that right shoulder, or you can take the elbow to the outside of the knee. Let's come out of our twist. Now we're going to take that right foot to the inner thigh. Take a nice breath to lengthen that spine, and as you exhale, fold forward over that extended leg. You always want to be sure that you're extending and reaching from the hips rather than rounding that low back. Let's come up and switch sides. So that right leg comes out, left knee in and out to the side. You can grab onto that bottom of that foot, just gently starting to just lubricate that hip a little bit more as we get ready to go into that stretch. So again, flexing that foot, placing that ankle above the knee, bend that right knee, just sandwich yourself together. Nice stretch for that left hip. Extending that right leg out, just cross, taking that right arm up, coming into your twist, sitting up nice and tall, taking your gaze over the shoulder. Beginning to face the front, taking that foot to the inner thigh, sit it up tall, exhale, hinge forward and reach. Let's lift it up, extend both legs out, shake out those legs, go ahead and flex the feet, engage those quads, reach it up, exhale, lengthen it over. Inhale, gaze forward, open up the chest, exhale and fold. Let's come up, bend your knees. We're gonna go into boat pose, balasana, finding your sits bones. Really nice posture, shoulders back. Begin to lift the feet and maybe releasing the legs. Good, so we're gonna come on down onto our back onto the mats. Taking the feet closer to those hips, arms at your sides. We're gonna press it up into a bridge pose, lifting your hips, walking those shoulders together and down your back. You can add a chest expansion. Let's drop the hips. We're going to interlace our hands behind our head, so just rest your elbows wide. Take the feet to the edges of your mat. And drop your knees over to the right. Let's come up and drop them over to the left. Let's come up and move into Shavasana. Arms at your sides, palms up, extending the legs out, closing your eyes. Just begin to relax, soften, and just let go. I'll be back in just a moment. Let's begin to just bring movement into the hands, into the feet. And then begin to bend the knees gently and roll to your right side into a fetal position to just pause. Thinking about something or someone that you're thankful for today. Just setting your attitude to that of thankfulness. And then help yourself up to have a seat on your mat. Let's reach our arms up over the head. Take a nice deep breath in, bringing the hands to the heart. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Have a blessed day.